Hi everyone, quick message as I'm stuck in a little bit of traffic here to talk about a nice subject that is a great segue for our webinar on Saturday. So on Saturday we have a free webinar. If you haven't checked in yet, send me a DM asking to participate and I will send you the link. And it's a great way to really set yourself up for success in 2025. But what came up last night was something that truly resonated, and then this morning I was listening to my Kabbalah lesson and I was like, okay, synchronicities, I should just share this because maybe somebody needs to hear it, and you can check in with yourself. I'm going to give you my personal example, what I'm working on, because I'm not just here to tell you how to do things, I'm doing them myself. And one of the things is not becoming victims of things that happen in our life. So a lot of the times we have recurring things, recurring scenarios that happen all the time. Our friends betray us, maybe we feel abandoned, our relationships don't work, our opportunities of work fall through, whatever it is. You're just like, oh my God, why are these things continuously happening? And there is a thread of similarity between them and you just don't understand. And it's like people are, situations are, and we project outside ourselves to blame something else instead of actually looking at ourselves and see in all of this, and this is a very harsh truth, we are the common denominator. So why are those things happening? Why do we need to see these things, and what do we need to correct in order for them not to happen again? So in my case, I grew up with a sense of abandonment. Actually, one of the triggers I had on Saturday was that I was speaking to my mom. I asked her a very personal question about my childhood. And all of a sudden she started saying, nothing was wrong with you. You were a strong child. You never showed sign of anything, any trauma, anything. So you were fine. And I was like, I definitely wasn't fine, because the little girl, me, that I'm looking after right now, that I'm trying to soothe and heal, she wasn't fine. So I wasn't fine. I was coping in a way that I knew how to cope, which is mimicking a lot of the behaviors that I had around me, which is like, avoidant attachment from my dad, disconnection from my mom, belligerent. They thought belligerent was maybe strength, but belligerent is actually a self-soothing mechanism and a cry for help, because what do you know? So I was very like, okay, I better stop this conversation because it's gonna go really south really quick. So I looked at many events that actually happened that weekend. The same day I got a contract that I had fell through, and this sense of not being in control and abandonment came up, and I'm like, oh my God, I recognize these feelings. And then I just reviewed especially the last few years of my life, and actually the last 13 years, actually more than that, but really the 13 years of my life that I spent in my relationship with Kyle. At the beginning, I was making so many efforts when he was pushing me away because of my fear of abandonment. And I recognized that I still have tendency of doing that. And I work really hard at making sure that when there is a pushback, I actually surrender and I'm like, have your space. I need to do that because that's going to correct my tikkun. That's going to correct the baggage that I came into this world with, that my soul came into this world with, that I actually selected my parents for, that I selected my siblings for, that I selected my friends, everybody that I encounter for, when at some point in my life they make me feel like I'm rejected or not good enough, that I need to push myself to be seen, that if they don't come to me and make me feel seen and wanted and heard, then I'm not worthy, so I need to push for that validation. That is such a truth that is deep, because it makes you recognize that you have a broken piece of you that needs to be fixed in a beautiful way. You don't have to fix and forget that part was ever there, but I believe that we fix by connecting the dots, connecting the joints. And so I want you to really think about where you find yourself in the same situations, and when that happens, where you find yourself almost making yourself a victim, projecting outside yourself, blaming others, instead of actually checking in with yourself and see what are you doing, thinking, feeling, behaving as, that contributes to those things happening, because those are the flags to the lessons you have to learn, and if you don't see them, they will keep on happening. So I like you to do that exercise, especially if you participate on Saturday, which I hope you do. It's completely free. Try to check in and really take a moment, because it will really make a difference, and I promise you, you will be glad that you took the time to do that. So hopefully I see you on Saturday. DM me if you want to participate. Bye.